my rhymes, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. My predator smells fear, smell a lot. My competitors flex scared, cause they smelled I was hot. I want it all. Excess, the sex, much success, stress sucks. I want it all, no less. So come on.
The longer you live, the more you will realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility. Listen, everywhere you look in this world, wherever there is light, there will always be shadows to be found as well.
You will rest gang? Hey, it's good to see everyone. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day. Riding solo today. Welcome to Chicken and Rice Podcast. We're out for delivery. Riding solo today and not by choice. If you saw my Discord announcement, you would have saw that I said to keep the fellas in your prayers. It's just life, right? It's the world we're living in, like Future say. Uh, my boy, how you doing? Crooked Alligator God 7, welcome in. And Boss Axel, how are you doing? Uh, keep the collective parts of Chicken and Rice in your prayers, please. Lot going on with the family, with the beast. There's a whole lot going on with him in general, actually. For the Juice, heavy work schedule. You know, keep his body and his mind. Solo for Dolo. Keep his body and his mind. Just every facet of him in your prayers as well. And for young Mark Y as well. Marcus, Chicken Brother here, and Chicken and Rice. Keep him in your prayers too. Another heavy work schedule. Just grinding through life, making that bag, trying to get where they want to be. And I'm glad that I can be here to act as a bit of life for the fellas, right? But we're going to get on with the show today. Look at him right there, too. Look at the Juice right there. We were just talking about you, man. Keeping you in our prayers, your heavy work schedule and all. You be good, man. Get yourself some rest and all, too, whenever you need to. I'll be reading chat today, too. We're going to be talking Naruto. I got a package coming, too, because it didn't show up yesterday. So if it shows up in the middle of the stream, I'm going to rage so hard. Only going to go for about an hour today for episode 4. Chicken and Rice is now bi-weekly as well, so that means episodes are every 2 weeks. Also, big shout out to NWYS_Ron, my boy Deron James live right now. The best music on Twitch. Hey, KMG, how you doing? Welcome in. So to you holding it down, thank you much. Like I got to for the bros, right? You know, they got a lot going on, and I'm blessed. I'm fortunate to be here myself. So you know I gotta hold it down for the bros. They will be back. I'm glad you're doing well, KMG. Also, I'll be live again tonight, same usual time, 7 p.m. Thank you so much for the follow, Crooked Alligator God 7. Welcome to the family. I'll be live myself tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's West Coast, United States. D. Charles Jackson in the list of names there. First name up there. All those names you can find here on Twitch. They are the 4 hosts, including myself, of this show. They'll be back. At least one part, like or so. We'll be back 2 weeks from now when we have our first guest on the show, Big Raz Streams, an amazing streamer himself. We're going to learn all about Big Raz, baby. Such a wholesome gentleman. Him and his wholesome bro, Bingo Darius 213. I'm back later tonight with Animal Crossing, but enough about me, enough about everything else. God bless y'all. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Chicken and Rice, and let's talk some Naruto. So I ran into a post this past week. Axel says, if we are talking about Naruto, you know I'm going to open my big mouth, but that's just the way we want it. It's interactive day, baby. Chat's interactive today. I ran into a post the other day on Instagram. It's on my story. Same name on Instagram, D. Charles Jackson. And it was, we have Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, correct? What if we had, oh, excuse me, I had a nice sausage sandwich before this. Pause. What if we had Minato, Naruto Past Generations? Right? Like to some people, I have a bit of a confession actually. No pause needed. I have actually been writing a prequel story to Naruto for the past about 3 years already, and it's not called Minato Naruto Past Generations. It's actually just called Naruto Past Generations, right? Because Minato is only around for a short brief. Now, you could write a story that's just about Minato's childhood and meeting Kushina, like the things we see in the flashbacks in Shippuden. But I feel there's a lot more to tell in that Naruto verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying, right? My version of Naruto Past Generations would start at the arrival of Kaguya on Earth and tell the story all the way through the timeline to Kakashi going to meet the kids that will be in Team 7. So Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, obviously. That's how I would do it, because that's really where the original Naruto kind of picks up from, right? Then Shippuden picks up after that 2.5 year time skip, or 3 years, where they're all 15 or 16, like whatever, like, right? Major spoilers throughout this entire talk. First of all, a talk on Naruto. The original series begins where we meet Naruto Uzumaki. Enter Naruto Uzumaki, where he's a troublemaker. There's something up about this kid, though, right? It seems that everybody's got hate in their hearts for him, and he just wants love. It's really all it is. He sucks using chakra and being a shinobi, but all that turns around with hard work, of course. I think there are some character stories you probably shouldn't touch, though. What characters do you think we should not touch, Axel? And by not touch, you mean just leave them alone, right? Because even with this past prequel show, it wouldn't be to retcon characters. It would be to add on to what we already know, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't change anything about Madara, right? Like I said, like, oh, he was actually like a scientist. Nah, like, it wouldn't be anything like that. Minato, for one, I feel like his story is perfect as is. Exactly, which is why we're only going to add on to his legacy. Maybe show him training to master the Flying Thunder God technique. Show him training to create the Rasengan. Things like that. You know what I mean? No major beats that completely change his character and what he stands for. Nothing that demeans and takes away from his sacrifice for the village against Kurama and Toby that night. You know what I mean? And notice I still refuse to reveal the secret on Toby, because that's still one of the great secrets in anime. But the original Naruto, Naruto finally passes out of the academy. He finally learns how to make a clone, and he masters the hardest clone type technique, Shadow Clone Jutsu, or Kajibanjin no Jutsu, and joins Team 7 with Sakura and Sasuke as his squad mates. Kakashi also as a squad mate, and Sensei. They go on their first mission to the Land of Waves. It turns out to be very, very different and much more dangerous than you would expect. But they make it out alive. They defeat Zabuza and Haku and redeem them along the way. They come back, tuning exams, probably one of the greatest arcs in anime history. The only person in that arc who becomes a tuning is actually Shikamaru. And this is the arc where you are introduced to a wide variety of the cast that will be going forward. From Rock Lee, Neji, Tenten, Kiba, Hinata, and Shikamaru, the whole cast. Great arc. The tuning exams is being held in the Leaf this year, so other villages come to participate as well. And it turns out that there's a coup going on to where the sand and the sound are trying to work together to destroy the Leaf. Third Hokage sacrifices himself in the fight with Orochimaru. More on him later. And Naruto defeats Neji and Gaara on the same day, really showing how far he's come. All his hard work with Jiraiya, Pervy Sage, who you're also introduced to in the arc. Sasuke's been training with Kakashi. He's stronger too. Now he knows Chidori. What up, Ganny? How you doing, man? We rolling solo today. The fellas are dealing with life. Keep them in your prayers, please. Axel says, I would love a story between Danzo and Lord Third. Absolutely. That would be in my prequel series. There'd be a lot of arcs in that prequel series, right? Because that's a lot to cover. It'd be a long show, which I think a lot of Naruto fans would like. I know people hate Danzo, me included, but I feel like with a really great backstory, he has potential to be an amazing character. Agreed. And we would touch on Danzo in the prequel series. Tuning exams. Oh, you watching GT? Really good ideas in GT, poorly executed. All I'll say. I also forgot to press the start recording button on this for me. It is what it is. We just put the episode up. I'm being recorded right now anyway, by live on Twitch. Tuning exams passed. Everybody getting stronger. but especially Naruto, like he's making them ground. He was the weakest in the group, right? And that's saying something. But at least Sakura had great chakra control. Naruto didn't even have that. He been working hard. Sasuke's really beginning to slip now, especially after watching Naruto catch up. Next part is because the third Hokage was killed, they go on a search to find Tsunade because Jiraiya doesn't want to be Hokage. And he says maybe Tsunade will. Now, who is Tsunade? Who is Jiraiya? Who is Orochimaru? These are the three legendary Sannin, of which you learn a whole lot more about in Shippuden or Shippuden. I don't know why I say Shippuden. Some people say Shippuden. Some people say Shippuden. I say Shippuden. They go on a search for Tsunade. Orochimaru interferes, of course. A glimpse into the future a bit too with the arrival of Akatsuki members Itachi and Kisame. They're there to capture Naruto, right? But Jiraiya doesn't let it happen. Sasuke also gets completely owned by his older brother Itachi, who Sasuke actually said earlier on is the one that he wants to kill because Itachi killed their entire clan. So Sasuke is the last one left, right? Because Itachi went rogue. They succeed in bringing back Tsunade. Naruto's kind of celebrated for the first time in his life for that, which is a surprise because he already beat Kengar like the one-tailed Jinchuriki, and he's the nine-tailed Jinchuriki himself. That's why people don't like Naruto. Things really begin to boil down in the team. Sasuke begins to fall into hatred. He wants more power. Tsunade and Charlotte Flair, same story, kind of. It would be cool if they make Super Saiyan 4 canon and Super. They kind of already have with Broly's Akari form, but that's a different discussion. Things really, really boil down. Sasuke and Naruto get into it, have a pretty cool little fight on top of a hospital because Sasuke's still in the hospital from what happened with Itachi, his older brother. And he's still way too weak to even remotely take on Itachi. So they fight on the rooftop, ends in a bit of a draw because Kakashi stops their fight. Sasuke goes rogue. He goes to join Orochimaru, who has been buttering him up throughout this too. It started in the tuning exams. Goes after him. The Sound 4 or 5, if you want to include Kimimaro, try to prevent the Sasuke retrieval team, which consists of Naruto and the rest of the Genin you met in the tuning exams, including the leader of the team, Shikamaru, because he's a Chunin now. They all head out. They each have to fight one of them. It's brutal. Kimimaro is standing in Naruto's way. Rock Lee shows up, like to help him out. Like he takes over the Kimimaro fight. Naruto continues to pursue Sasuke, whose curse mark stage 2 is beginning to emerge as well because he got bit by Orochimaru earlier. Curse mark. And then Naruto has a 9 tails. That's beginning to flare out of him too. He goes after him. Drunken Lee. Is it Lee or Gaara who shows up first? Sasuke didn't get many W's in part 1. He sure didn't until the end. Is it Lee or Gaara that shows up first? It's Lee that shows up first because Gaara saves him after Gaara was the one who crippled him in the tuning exams. It's a miracle that he survived the surgery. Lee is about to get killed by Kimimaro. Gaara shows up, saves him. They both about to get killed by Kimimaro because he's that nice with his bone Kekkei Genkai, which you don't see again until Kaguya, so that must have been really special. And then Kimimaro dies from his disease right as he's about to deal the killing blow. They both would have died. So Naruto catches up to Sasuke. They have one of the best fights in anime to end part 1. It ends on a mere slipping of hands and where they go after the clash of the Vermilion Rasengan and the Black Chidoris. Sasuke's in Curse Mark Stage 2. Naruto has 1 full tail manifested. The older Naruto gets, the more 9 tails chakra leaks out. The slipping of hands leads to Naruto scratching Sasuke's headband to give him the scratch across, which means he's rogue. And then Sasuke's hand slips and hits Naruto in the chest. And he's got Naruto down. He's hurt himself too, but he doesn't kill him. Because he was saying, he's like, I just need to kill my best friend. And you don't really know why, but I think they mentioned him on Mangekyo in the original series, I think. Because that's what Itachi was telling him, that you need this power to beat me. But he says, no, I'm going to do it my own way. I don't need that. And he spares Naruto's life. During the fight, too, Naruto was like, why are we fighting if we're friends? And Sasuke's all like, I just told you, because we're best friends. Time skip. But before that, you see the Akatsuki gearing up to execute their plan. They want to capture all the tailed beasts Jinchuriki in the world. Time skip. About 2.5 years. Everyone's a teenager now. A good deal taller, too. Naruto, having returned from training with Jiraiya over the past 2.5 years, back in the village, they go on missions. Gaara, being the one-tailed Jinchuriki, has been attacked by the Akatsuki. He loses, having to protect his own village because Gaara has now become the Kazekage as well, which is the leader of the Sand Village, and he's completely turned around for being bad like he was before. He loses. They extract his Jinchuriki, but Lady Chiyo sacrifices her life to save him. Good deal happens in that first arc. It's a arc that a lot of people like to get past too, though. Like, you know what I mean? Next arc is actually, I think it's Tenki Bridge, where Team 7, which has now replaced Sasuke with, thank you, Shy Moods, a second incarnation of Shy Moods. Team 7 has now replaced Sasuke with Sai. Kakashi's still out from the confrontation with Deidara Milk. Sasori was also taken down by Sakura and Lady Chiyo. Sakura getting some good, valuable screen time there, showing she's strong. She's trained a lot over the years, too, to get stronger, much after Tsunade. Each of the members of Team 7 trained with a Sannin member. Naruto with Jiraiya, Sasuke with Orochimaru, and Sakura with Tsunade, who is Hokage now, by the way. Tenki Bridge, the confrontation with Orochimaru. Naruto releases 4 tails and transforms into a literal burning chakra form of the 9 tails, with only 4 tails manifested. Orochimaru still makes it out, but he takes a bit of a beating. His arms were also sealed away by the 3rd. And Orochimaru, I should state this because this is pretty important. I ain't disrespecting Sai, don't worry. Where's Rice? Couldn't be here today. That's why this episode is titled For the Boys. It's an evil world we live in. Just keep all 3 of the other fellas in your prayers. A lot going on with family, work, and life in general. So it's my job to get on here and carry the torch today. You know what I'm saying? But we talking Naruto, you know? Much brighter things, right? Daimu still talking about milk. Not as bad as Kawaki. I ain't gonna lie. The 4th form was kind of scary. Straight up. When I saw it the first time too, I was like, what is that demon? Like, what is that, right? Like, the 4th form, like, some of the forms are scarier than Kurama itself when you see, like, the full beast manifested. But back to it. They eventually do make it to the hideout. Sasuke there. He a lot stronger now. Don't nobody stand a chance. He solos Team 7 himself, and he was about to kill them all with eating. Orochimaru stop him. They leave. Naruto realizes he's nowhere near Sasuke's league now. Sasuke been training, learning a bunch of jutsu and stuff. And he was like, how am I supposed to become Hokage if I can't save my one friend? Right? And he's all like, why'd you spare my life then? Right? And he's all like, I spared your life on a mere whim, is what Sasuke says to Naruto. Naruto goes into training. He learns that he can use wind style because that's his natural nature affinity. Creates Futon Rasen Shuriken, takes down Kakazu, who's another like Akatsuki member. His partner, Hidan, killed Shikamaru's sensei, Asuma. Shikamaru get revenge and take down Hidan. Naruto takes down Kakazu with the Rasen Shuriken, but really messes up his arm. So he's banned from using it. Then Jiraiya goes out on a mission to the Hidden Rain Village to find the leader of the Akatsuki. Right? Because Jiraiya is a Shadow Kage, like the Shadow Hokage. Meanwhile, Sasuke kills Orochimaru, starts gathering a team. He's going for Itachi. Gathers the team. Itachi says, leave the team out of it. Come face me solo. They have one of the best fights in anime history. And it ends, strangely, with Itachi having the advantage, not killing Sasuke, but tapping him on the forehead the same way he did when they were kids. Sasuke shook, but Itachi's dead. It's all over. Until the masked man, who was a silly partner of Data's before, like very silly, suddenly reveals he ain't so silly. Like he goes from talking like this to, it's just as I expected. Like that, like, whoa, a big change in the roles. He gathers Sasuke and tells him the truth about their clan, the truth about his brother, Itachi, and the truth about Madara Uchiha. Long story short, Itachi always loved Sasuke, and what he was doing was all to protect him. He wanted him to have the power and to leave the Uchiha name in good hands with Sasuke as a hero for the Hidden Leaf Village, and he sacrificed his own life and reputation for it. Well, this has the opposite effect on Sasuke, who sees the love that his brother had for him, and now his new mission is to destroy the Hidden Leaf Village. Obviously, that's not going to sit right with a lot of folks. Back to Jiraiya. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the masked man reveals himself to actually be Madara Uchiha, which is crazy because Madara is like an ancient Uchiha. Okay, well, not ancient like that. Like I'm talking like hundreds of years, like not thousands. But somehow he's still alive, and he's the, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Jiraiya is going after the leader of Akatsuki, Pain. Shows up to the Hidden Rain Village, gets found out, has to fight him, and he's fighting him with no intel. Does everything he can. He takes down 3 of them. Still, he reveals he can use Sage Mode. Really powerful. Not enough. Jiraiya is killed by Pain, but not before getting the news back to the village on the back of one of the, like the toes, like who gets it back. Naruto's devastated. I should also say that at the end of Sasuke's fight with Itachi, he awakened Mangekyo Sharingan, which was always the goal that Itachi had for Sasuke as well, to help him get stronger. Naruto goes into training after he gets past his depression, which takes a minute. Like he has to be brought out of it too by, is it Shikamaru? I believe it is, because he understands how it is to lose someone very close, a teacher like that, because he lost Asuma. So goes into training for Sage Mode, takes a while, gets it down. You learn a bit about the past. I believe you get the backstory on Kakashi when he was a kid under Minato, his sensei, who was the 4th Hokage. Pain invades the village. He and Naruto have one heck of a standoff after Pain completely destroys the village before Naruto comes. Pain kills Kakashi, kills a bunch of people. All that. He's like, the whole point of Pain is that he wants to unify the ninja world through Pain, showing everyone, if everyone knows the same pain and experience, they can truly understand each other. It's twisted, but is it wrong? Right? Of course it's wrong. But perhaps people will understand each other if they all know the same pain. Because when he's destroying Naruto's village right in front of him, he says, the same thing happened to me. What about my village? What about my friends? What about my family? While you sit there crying and angry with me, right? Do you hate me now, nine-tailed fox? Right? Because he's there to capture Naruto too, like to get the nine tails. But the plan they have, which is later revealed to be the Eye of the Moon plan. Ultimately, Naruto does defeat, someone just walked by this door. I'm just looking to see if it was a package person. I'm going to check Amazon real quick. Sorry to do that. They finish the fight. Naruto win. Goes and finds the real Nagato. Talk no jutsus him into being a good person now. Nagato revives everybody he killed. Everybody, because he uses Rena Rebirth. He has the Renegon. And that's the end of that. Naruto is finally embraced by the village as a whole and celebrated as a hero. Next up, 5 Kage Summit. Sasuke enraged. Just evil now. So dark. Down in the darkness. Attacks the 5 Kage Summit where all the Kage are meeting together after the pain that Akatsuki is created around the ninja world. There's samurai there too, so like you introduce a samurai. Sasuke enacts a terrorist attack on said venue, and Madara Uchiha also shows up, the masked man, also known as Toby, and says, if you won't hand over the tailed beast peacefully, I hereby declare war on you all. The fourth great ninja war. Naruto and Sasuke have another interaction now in the Land of Iron after Sasuke tries to kill Sakura. He tries to kill Karin. He does kill Danzo, or rather Danzo suicide bombs, like to kill himself, because Danzo was the standing Kage after Tsunade was horribly injured in the battle against Pain in the Leaf Village. So Naruto and Sasuke, after Sasuke and Kakashi have a bit of a battle, Naruto and Sasuke have one last clash, and now Naruto wins the clash. He's caught up in strength. He's more than caught up. He surpassed him. Sage Mode put him over. And he wasn't even using Sage Mode for this. Right? And like Sasuke's all like, they have a moment too where they can see each other's thoughts, because that's how things work, right? Like in Naruto, like when you hit each other, like you can feel what each other's thinking, you really understand each other. So Sasuke's like, what do you want from me? Why are you so fixated on me? Just leave me alone. What do you want? Why are you so fixated on me? And Naruto just says, because we're friends. And he breaks Sasuke's back. Sasuke's just looking at him like damn, right? How's he supposed to respond to that? Still hating his heart, still raging his heart. Yo, Sasuke went to work that day though. He was soloing up. Anyway, everybody leave. They start gearing up for war, but the rule is that the Jinchuriki can't participate because they got to protect him. Right? He a G. Jinchuriki can't really participate because they got to protect him. So Killer B, who Sasuke also went to attack when he was a brief member of Akatsuki and got whooped on by him and the whole team. Taka, by the way, Taka's Taka now, like instead of Hebi, even though I didn't say that earlier. The war starts. The army is composed of white Zetsus over on the bad guy side. But just before the war, too, Toby goes to get the Rinnegan eyes from Nagato's dead body. Conan tried to protect him. They have a great battle. Conan would have won if Toby didn't have that OP Mangekyo ability, Kamui. I should also mention earlier in the story, Itachi just thrusted a crow down Naruto's throat, like he made him eat it and kept it in him. Keep that in mind. Toby win, he get the Rinnegan. Now he got the Mangekyo and the Rinnegan. He kind of OP now. They start also using reanimations to bring back dead shinobi to fight for the bad guys as well. One of which is kept secret. And you're just like, who the heck is that? That it made Toby freeze up, because Kabuto's the one doing it. He injected himself with Orochimaru's DNA. And yeah. Speaking of which, Orochimaru was sealed away by Itachi's Totsuka blade way back when he was fighting Sasuke. War begins. Hella motherfuckers die, honestly. It's a war, so what do you expect? The Eye of the Moon plan is revealed. The whole point of capturing all the 9-tailed beasts is so they can revive the 10 tails. And they can cast like a genjutsu on the world that will put everybody in like a sleep state where they all live their best lives, right? Throughout the war, Naruto escapes from where he is. So do B. They join the war efforts and help. Then it's revealed who that person was who was in the coffin that shook Toby. It was the real Madara Uchiha. The old school, real one. So who's the masked man then, you may ask? We don't know yet. Madara starts soloing everybody, and I mean everybody. This dude is on another level, and he's not even at full power. Right? War progresses. Itachi and Nagato are also among the reanimated people. Remember that crow that was in Naruto? They encounter Naruto and B. They fighting. Itachi tells them how to free them of the reanimation stuff. the crow comes out of Naruto, and Koto Matsukami is cast on them. Like it makes them help like the good guys instead. Speaking of Koto Matsukami, Shisui Uchiha, OP Mangekyo, but they had to write him out of the story before the story even started. He was Itachi's best friend, and he left him his eye after Danzo stole the other one. That's how Danzo was controlling the ninja world a good deal. Naruto's complex. It's good stuff. You got to watch it. Like, I'm not even touching bases on everything. And then they help out the army as best as they can. Itachi and Nagato do, but like I think Nagato kind of runs out. Like he can't continue helping for some reason. He has to return to the dead. So then Itachi meet up with Sasuke. They take down Kabuto. They put him in Izanami, which literally forces him to be a good guy. And Itachi's all like, "Why aren't you helping the leave? What is it?" And like he's all like, "I don't care what you say, bro. Still, like for what they did to you, I'm gonna kill them all. I'm gonna destroy them all." And Itachi's like, "Look, no matter what you do, little brother, I will always love you." Because Itachi was also asking Naruto. He was like, "Where's Sasuke? What's going on? Why is he doing what he's doing?" And Naruto tells him, he's all like, "He's gonna destroy the leaf because of what happened with you." And Itachi's like, "Oh no. Like his plan didn't work, and it's because the masked man ruined it." Because Sasuke probably would have returned to the village because it would have all been over after the fight with Sasuke. They take down Kabuto. Itachi's got to go because the jutsu's wearing off. He returned to the afterlife. Sasuke goes and joins the war efforts for the good guys, but also announces that his goal, even after this all, is not to destroy the leaf anymore. It's to be the Hokage. He's going to be a dark Hokage who will take everyone's hate and unify the world that way. So even after this war is over, much more must be attended to. They fight Madara. Madara kills Naruto and Sasuke. He's soloing everybody. It's revealed that the masked man is actually Obito, Kakashi's teammate who was smashed under a rock from when they were kids. Like, and he was a good guy, so how did he go bad? And they show like how Madara found him and revived him, and then he saw Kakashi kill the girl that he was in love with. He cheated her, but he had to because she forced it because she was a Jinchuriki and it was gonna cause some shit. So yeah. So him and Kakashi fight one of the best fights in the series, like in Obito's Kamui world. They come out. Madara betray Obito, who became a Ten Tails Jinchuriki himself. Madara becomes Ten Tails Jinchuriki and becomes even more OP. My guy opens the 8th gate, which had never been done. That's the gate of death. He would have killed Madara if he suddenly couldn't regenerate. Madara gets betrayed. Naruto and Sasuke also get revived by the Sage of the Six Paths himself. Madara get betrayed by Black Zetsu, who's actually not his will, but Kaguya's. Kaguya emerges from Madara. Naruto and Sasuke got a whole lot more new powers from the Sage of the Six Paths. Ultimately, them, Obito, Kakashi, who now has both Mangekyo eyes gifted to him by Obito, and Sakura, all beat Kaguya and the Ten Tails and all that. War is over, but in order to undo the jutsu, like they need to do the Unity Seal together. They don't do it. Naruto and Sasuke have an epic final battle at the Final Valley again. This time Naruto win because he finally got Sasuke to break and give in to what's right. Sasuke joined the good guys again. He becomes a shadow of the leaf, out there doing good work. Off subject, but One Punch Man. Saitama versus Boros is one of my all-time fights. We're going to talk about One Punch Man one day, too. By the way, welcome in, Lord Phoenix, baby. That's how Shippuden end. Sasuke, he be going out the village, getting the intel and scoping. Naruto becomes a Jonin. He get even stronger. Like, I mean, even stronger. He not even Hokage yet. Kakashi becomes Hokage. Sasuke is pardoned of all his crimes because how much Naruto love him and all that shit. And the series ends with, I think, a 2-year time skip to the last era. So Naruto hair a little shorter now. He way stronger. He can do Rasen Shuriken like nothing. Make him on his fingers and stuff. He still got his chakra mode. Sasuke super OP now too, because he got Rinnegan and stuff. It's some good stuff. Then you introduce to the Tenseigan too, which is the evolution of the Byakugan, because Tonetti live on the moon. It's a whole lot. Like, y'all gotta watch Naruto, bro. It's some good stuff. They win. Naruto finally fall in love back with Hinata. Sasuke loves Sakura now too. Time skip to Boruto, like that's what's going on now. By the way, Boruto manga is heat. They animating it now. Some of it, because like a lot of it has been anime only, but that manga is heat. It's a whole lot going on in that I'm not going to talk about for spoilers' sake because it's still happening. That's pretty much the story of Naruto. Now, where my prequel comes into play, like I said, we were started Kaguya. We will cover the 3 Shinobi World Wars before the 4th. We will cover the growing hatred that the tail beast develop for all of humanity, and how Kurama, the nine-tailed fox, becomes the embodiment of hate. Black Zetsu would be like a bit of a pillar of the story because you would see him manipulating events like behind the scenes. Yeah, like that's pretty much the gist of it. You get to see Hashirama construct the Leaf Village. You get to see Hashirama's kids, because don't forget that he's a Senju, so OP. Like his DNA is the answer to everything. He married a Uzumaki woman, very OP clan. Their kids must have been busted if you really think about it, like how OP they were. You get to see Ginkaku and Kinkaku, like the gold and silver bros. You see them kill the second Hokage. You get to see Tobirama make Hiruzen the third Hokage at his death, and Danzo begins his journey in the darkness. And then like there's some other stuff in there too, like I don't want to all the way reveal, but you get to see Team Jiraiya, so Minato as a kid. You get to see the plotting out of the Uchiha genocide. This let's see. Dang, bro, there's a lot. It is a lot. You get to see more of the 7 ninja mist swordsmen. Know y'all know about them, like in they're very specific. More would be revealed about the Byakugan because it's severely underrated and nerfed compared to how OP the Sharingan was in Shippuden. So you'd have to reveal more about that because Kakashi said that the Byakugan was superior to the Sharingan. How? Let's get some more on that. Yeah, I think a prequel would be dope. Obviously, like there wouldn't really be much Naruto because he doesn't come into his time period. You already had 2 whole series about him, so that's how that would go. That was about 40 minutes worth of a mouthful. I hope y'all enjoyed. What y'all think? Yeah. In the prequel series, also get some more of Hagoromo and Amara, the 2 brothers, like the 2 sons of Kaguya, one of which had Rinnegan, the other of which had Tenzagan. Amara went to go live on the moon with his clan, which is where Tonetti comes from and all that later in the last. It's a whole lot. So, yeah. It's going to be kind of noisy. Get ready. Whoop. There you go. I want to lean forward a bit. Always forget water, right? Nah, not today. There's some of that Niagara water, too. Let me a sip real quick. But again, thanks for joining the show today. And thank you for your love and support always for all 4 of us. Again, keep the gentleman in your prayers. That's all we can ask. Pray nothing but the best for the brothers. We'll be back. We'll be back whole and full again. Yeah. Just grateful. Again, thank you all for everything that you've done for us all. If you with us, you with us. If you're not, what am I trying to say? I don't know. See a lot of people like I've been here in chat. Axel, Ganny coming out, Shy Moods coming through, Team Ram you, thicker than a Snicker coming through, Lord Phoenix coming through. Phoenix, also I'm down to help you out with some stuff if you still need, man, because I got some hours downtime right now before I start up tonight at 7:00. Has anyone else been there yet? Mr. Cool Man Gaming, Crooked Alligator God 7, and thank you for following our podcast as well. So that's the real gist of things. We had a discussion the other day on Craigo's stream, The Beast, that's NLG_CTV, one of the hosts of the show, with Hin, the cunt lord, Hin Atta fan. And we were discussing the ranking of the Akatsuki members, right? But we only included the era of Akatsuki that you see in Shippuden, so not the past where it had Yahiko and Madara also wasn't included, like and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. I believe it was highlighted over on his channel as well. So if you'd like to go see that, you can head there. That's going to be it for this one. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank y'all for joining. If we got anybody to raid, let's show some love. Just a nice little short one. You know. Yam's live right now. Bingo's live. Brido's live. Yeah, we got some good options. Let's go raid Yam. Fierce Yam. Bingo playing Mass Effect Legendary. Man, we're going to raid Yam. Y'all get ready to show Yam some love. That's too much sauce. Got diamonds on all of my fingers. That's too much sauce. We're going to do a raid. Thank y'all for sticking around. Stick around for the raid. I'll see y'all tonight. Make sure. Yam, right. Here's Yam. 97. Great year. And see y'all next time, all right? Thanks for coming through, for being so loving and cool. And until we meet again, this has been all of us. See you in 2 weeks.